what's going on, y'all? Today I'm ranking energy drinks and exposing their fans. We're judging these drinks based off of taste, flavor variety, price, and most importantly, the crash. So I'm putting the most popular energy drinks head to head while also judging the people who drink them. So come with me as we impose divine judgment to these caffeine junkies. Also, just wanted to go out of the way to remind y'all that I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. This is totally and purely my own opinion and my own thoughts. However, if any of these companies, especially the ones I say really good things about, if you'd like to sponsor me, please, that'd be awesome. Or don't, just, it's not like I care or anything, just do whatever you want. Alright, first up we've got Red Bull, America's king of energy drinks and a lot of people's go-to in a pinch. Red Bull is well known for their wild, over-the-top commercials with stunt athletes doing insane jaw-breaking, reality-altering stunts, along with their motto, Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings.
The company's whole vibe is high-energy, adrenaline junkie type, and honestly, I reckon the drink reflects that. Their audience is basically anyone, to be honest. They don't really seem to care about anything other than being badass and tasting like floor cleaner with a hint of whatever they were smoking when they made the season 2 of The Promised Neverland. It's got a strange, unfamiliar taste, but I guess it fits the brand, you know? In terms of flavor variety, I'll give them that. They've got a lot. Most stores have plenty of Red Bull flavors available, plus sugar-free versions for those that try to pretend this is a healthy choice. Now for their pricing, I think, at least in my opinion, it is abysmal. A Red Bull is going to run you about $2.80 to $3 or more, at least in my area, which honestly really brings it down for me. There are cheaper drinks with better caffeine content and better flavor. As for the crash, a 12-ounce Red Bull has a little over 100 milligrams of caffeine. So the boost you get is just kind of meh, and because of that, the crash is also just kind of meh. The issue comes when you drink more than one. Now you're spreading the price of a McDonald's Happy Meal just to feel slightly above average, only to crash down after feeling subpar. So in my experience, Red Bull gives the most mid results across the board. You pay premium prices just to get average everything. So for that reason, Red Bull's gonna go in C tier for me. I don't see why you'd pick it when there are drinks that are cheaper, hit harder, and taste better. And if you drink Red Bull, you're either new to this and not true to this energy drinking game, or you've got your life together somehow and just need a little boost, and hey, if it works for you, that's what matters, right? Our next drink is Alani Nu. Now this one's a little newer to the energy drink scene, founded in 2018, and if I'm being honest, this drink was very clearly designed with one audience in mind. That being gym girls, fitness influencers, and people whose water bottles probably have motivational stickers on them. Alani's whole vibe seems to be colorful, trendy, girly pop, and a healthy lifestyle aesthetic. It markets itself like the cute, fitness-friendly alternative to traditional energy drinks, and I mean, hey, credit where credit's due, they know exactly how to market to their own audience. And as for how it tastes, I genuinely don't think there's been a brand of energy drinks I've tried that was this consistently ass.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Back when I first started getting into energy drinks for gym fuel, before I discovered pre-workout, Alani was one of the first brands I tried outside of Red Bull or Monster. I mean, it looked promising. It had healthy-ish branding, yeah, nice-looking cans, I guess, pretty good caffeine content, and it was everything a teenage gym bro could dream for. But even after trying several different flavors, I genuinely hated every sip of that drink, if I'm being honest. The workouts felt great afterwards, sure, but I will never, and I mean never, force my lips to endure another Alani flavor again. Now, in terms of variety, though, holy shit, they got it. There are usually a ton of flavors in stores, and online there's even more. Not to mention, they also sell pre-workout supplements and all kinds of gym-adjacent products. They really capitalize on that fitness lifestyle branding, and honestly, I respect the hustle. And while we're talking about hustling, they must be trying to hustle us with that pricing, bro. Like, alright, real talk. The pricing actually isn't too bad. Alani will usually run you about $240 to $260 where I'm at, which is actually pretty fair compared to the rest of the market. But they're not the cheapest option. Sure, but you know, they're also pretty reasonably priced for what they are, so I guess I can't argue too much. That said, finally, the crash.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Now I can't speak too heavily on this since I've only had like 9 Alanis in my whole lifetime, but from my experience, the crash is honestly pretty manageable. The energy lasts a solid while, especially for workouts, and while you definitely feel it wear off, it's not some catastrophic crash that ruins your whole day, you know? I never really exhausted myself afterwards. Granted, I was usually drinking these before workouts, so your experience may vary if you're sipping one while playing Stardew Valley or going on a casual walk or trying to get through a night shift. But overall, I'd say the crash is pretty decent considering the caffeine content. Alani Nu gets a solid B tier from me. The branding is strong, the variety is excellent, the pricing is fair, and the crash is fairly manageable. But Lord Almighty, why does it need to taste like coolant? If you drink Alani, you're either here for the aesthetic, fully committed to the gym girl lifestyle, or you somehow manage to convince yourself this actually tastes good, and to that, I pray for you. Alright, our third drink is a stranger to no one. If you haven't heard of this drink, you might genuinely be living under a rock. The king of energy drinks and practically everyone from age 13 to 50's favorite energy drink, Monster Energy. Monster has got a history, and it's held several different images in people's minds for the time it has been around. Their whole branding has always been loud, rebellious, extreme, and very hell yeah, brother. Now, I know I said Red Bull was America's king earlier, and sure, maybe to the average person it is, but drinking Monster is when you are reborn as a caffeine fan. Especially amongst the young people, you'll be hard-pressed to know someone who doesn't recognize those green claw marks in a can. Monsters where real caffeine fans are born. And of course, leave it to the king of energy drinks to have the best taste among all the other major energy drink brands. Their base flavor has that bold, tangy, almost citrusy punch that feels like it's actually trying to wake you up instead of just chemically assault your taste buds for fun. Red Bull. Monster is basically what a Red Bull wishes it tastes like, and that's not even mentioning all the other flavors like Nitro and White. Monster's just so good, bro.
Oh God, it's so good. So good. So good and tasty.
Sugar content's a little whack, but who's drinking Monster to watch calories, am I right? And when it comes to flavor variety, oh my lord, it easily beats the other brands, and it's by a landslide. They've got more flavors and variations than Sakuna's got plot devices, dog. From the base versions to the imports and ultras, they've got anything you could want, even including zero sugar versions of those things. They got it, bro. Now, price is where I feel like Monster does take kind of a hit. The average 12-ounce can in my area will run you about $250 to $278 depending on the store. Now, that ain't bad. It's definitely less than Red Bull for sure, but, you know, it's not crazy. You're also getting about 122 milligrams of caffeine, so they're definitely not holding back on you. Still getting that kick for a decent price and size, if you ask me. Oh, but here's the part where things really turn. You see, I've been glazing Monster for the last few minutes, talking it up like it's the best thing on this list. But this, at least for me, I fear is one of its major drawbacks. Maybe it's the type of caffeine in it, or the way my body reacts to it, but Monster probably gives me the worst crashes out of any energy. What the hell? Sorry, out of any energy drink brand. I'll have a 16-ounce can and it'll keep me going for like 3 hours and I'll be feeling great. It tastes great. It's amazing. I could work a double, go crazy in the gym, or even be ready to take on the world if I'm being honest. But right when that caffeine starts to run out, I get the most horrid crash that could only be equated to your evil ex finding out you're getting married and crashing the ceremony by proposing to your mother. The crash is sudden, aggressive, and it be leaving me feeling like I was more tired than before I drank it. It usually be the only reason I'll take a Red Bull over a Monster, because sometimes that crash just be debilitating, man. And I actually do hate to admit it too, because I really do love Monster. Amazing flavors, elite variety, solid value, and a strong caffeine kick. But that crash is the one thing holding it back from true perfection for me. So for Monster's ranking, despite its greatness, I've got to give it an A tier. I know, y'all wanted it to be S tier, and it should have been S. But that crash and price held it back, man. Now, I know I did just say it's not getting S tier. But there's two Monster flavors that I just have to give the special treatment. That's right, White Ultra Monster and Nitro Super Dry. These two flavors are so good, it's honestly worth the crash to me sometimes. As for the type of people that be drinking Monster, there's no specific demographic, but what I've noticed is when aged between about 14 and 23, they're caffeine junkies who care very little about their bodies and its well-being, or gym bros and femboys. No in between.
What did he say?
Alright, finally, last but definitely not least, we've got Celsius. This drink has exploded in popularity over the last 5 years, primarily due to the health wave we've been having. People have grown more health conscious, especially following the pandemic. Many people have started paying closer attention to what they were actually putting into their bodies: calories, macros, sugar, and artificial ingredients. Being in lockdown and staying at home, many of us became overweight and depressed. When the world opened back up, many were eager to go back to living normal life, but had realized how much they and life had changed. People were waking up to how the things they were putting in their bodies affected their lives. People still wanted energy, but without feeling like they were drinking liquefied battery acid and self-destruction. People wanted to better themselves. They saw how much junk and trash was in a lot of energy drinks and the food they were eating and wanted something better, something cleaner. And so, with the rise of health consciousness came the explosion of Celsius. Celsius positioned itself as the cleaner energy drink, the fitness-focused, health-conscious alternative that promised strong energy, solid ingredients, and better overall value. The company holds itself as a better-for-you drink that still tastes good, and I've gotta agree. And while we're talking about taste, Celsius probably contends with Monster for me, I'm not gonna lie. Unlike Monster or Red Bull though, Celsius doesn't really have one iconic base flavor. What they do have is consistency. Its most popular flavors, Fuji Apple Pear, Peach Mango Tea, Kiwi Guava, taste phenomenal, and it's probably the cleanest tasting energy drink I've ever had the pleasure of placing on my tongue. Hey yo! And as someone who grew up drinking tea, I gotta say that subtle tea and fruit-forward undertone in many Celsius drinks makes them taste way cleaner and smoother than most competitors. Less chemically too, in my opinion. As for flavor variety, you know they got it, bruh. Now it's not Monster levels of variety, but they've got hella flavors. I probably have tried multiple different kinds of flavors, and there's even more I have yet to taste. Celsius has a solid lineup and is probably on par with Alani Nu, if not matching Monster. And then there's the price. This is where Celsius low-key just starts violating the competition. In my area, Celsius usually runs you $189 to $209, which means somehow this is not only one of the healthiest options, not only one of the best tasting options, but also the cheapest option on this list, which is just insane. But now it's time for everyone's favorite part. The part that really makes or breaks the standing for a lot of drinks. Drumroll, please. The crash. Alright, I'm sure you think you know what's coming, right? The crash is utterly abysmal and horrid. Well, somehow, despite packing around 200 milligrams of caffeine, Celsius consistently gives me one of the smoothest energy drink experiences out of every drink on this list. Yes, you heard me correct, guys. The crash I get from Celsius is probably equal to, if not less, than Alani's. I'm talking steady energy, solid performance, and minimal burnout. Even when I drink one before the gym where I should theoretically crash harder afterwards, I still feel great for hours. No aggressive burnout or feeling like I need to be resuscitated. Just pure, clean, tasty energy. So when you break it all down, great taste, vast variety, solid price, and minimal crash, Celsius has done everything to one up the competition every single way, and they have succeeded. So that means that, yes, Celsius has been dubbed our first S tier of the list. This drink somehow took Alani's health aesthetic, Monster's flavor ambition, and combined it all into one genuinely elite product, and you just can't beat that. Now finally, as for the type of people who drink Celsius, it's the gym people, the fitness and health conscious people, the people that know that drinking energy drinks ain't healthy per se, but also you don't have to accept them being unhealthy, because what you put in, you get out. Well, that's the list. Let me know if y'all disagree or even disagree in the comments down below, and go ahead and mention your own favorite energy drink or where you would have ranked them. That said, if you enjoyed what you watched here today, I've got a plethora of shorts and even more long-form videos coming your way, so go ahead and hit that like, subscribe to join the team, and you can follow me on all socials down below. That said, thanks for tapping in, y'all. As you all know, it's been Ari. Peace.